Hey, Lucy. Put my shoes on in a minute. We have my desktop up. I'm going to bring up an online version of Course in Miracles. So I've been thinking about simplistic practices, easy plans.
So I've been thinking about simplistic practices.
That was me. Boy, do I really sound like that?
Easy plans.
There we go. Cat says, message retracted. Some early morning retractions. Speaking of retractions, last night I thought I ended the live stream, and it was on for another 5 minutes as I was going about my personal life. Went downstairs to do something, say hi to my cat, my downstairs cat, and I'm humming a happy song. And Cypher calls me and says, "Hey, you're still live. Your live is still on." As you're sitting there singing and being all happy and whatnot. Hey, William. Hi, Allie. Allie, nice to see you. Kat says, "Did you see the thumbnail for the live yesterday? You look beautiful." How you doing, William? And how are you, Allie? Allie, thanks for your contribution to our conversation yesterday. I'm looking forward to talking with you. I got one right shoe. Well, I got two left shoes. I was going to say I have one right shoe and one wrong shoe. Is this shoe ever wrong? It's just different, guys. It's just different. But I cannot wear two left shoes, especially this one. I'm not giving up on this shoe yet. Not yet. It still has some more life into it. I don't know how much life, but it still has some life. Hey, sissy. So I just got to find that other shoe. We want to... Sorry, guys. There we go. We want to make things simple. Well, we want to make things complicated. And we do. We take a simple practice and we add and we add and we add. We do it with working out. It's not enough to go in and do 3 sets of 5, heavy weight. We want to do 3 sets of 5 and then drop sets and added sets and triple sets, all kinds of stuff. But we always want to keep, what's Occam's razor? Occam's razor. Good morning, beautiful everyone. Yogi, you're beautiful too. Well, thank you for including me in that. William says I'm hanging on for now. Thank you for asking, Eric. But what are we holding on to, William? What's going on? If you want to talk about it. Hi, Anna. Anna says, good morning, Yogi. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Anna. It's nice to see you. There we go. Look how easy it was putting my shoes on. Let me look up Occam's razor. It's basically the simplest solution. One second. I bet you William knows Occam's razor right off the top of his head. I know the concept of Occam's razor, but I'm trying to look for the exact words to explain it. A better teacher than me would have had that handy, but I didn't know I was going to say Occam's razor. You never plan on saying Occam's razor, do you? Do you ever wake up in the morning and say, you know what, today on a live stream, I'm going to say Occam's razor. It's a problem-solving principle that suggests the simplest explanation is usually the best one. It's the same with the Course in Miracles. Here's a simple practice. And God thinks otherwise. I love that line. I absolutely love that line. And God thinks otherwise. Virtually everything you think today, virtually every single thought you have today is going to be wrong. Because God thinks otherwise. So we are asked to think with the mind of God, and we think, well, that's impossible. If we could think with the mind of God, we wouldn't be in this trouble. We wouldn't be in this mess, right? You're absolutely right. We wouldn't be. So all we have to do, and we don't have to make any outer changes. We don't have to get on our knees and beseech God for change. We don't have to do a Zen practice of sitting in the diamond position, staring at a white wall. We don't have to do anything other than realize and God thinks otherwise. Whatever thought that you have about yourself, whatever thought that you have about someone else that is not love, God thinks otherwise. Imagine that. Every single thought that you have about yourself that is not loving, God thinks otherwise. The good news is you are not separate from the mind of God. You are an idea in the mind of God, meaning that you have access to thinking with the mind of God. That's why God gave us the Holy Spirit, or we could say the Tao, or we could say Spirit itself, or we could say the voice of love. I love Miss Blipper's universal inspiration. So as simple as that. Whatever is driving you crazy right now, whatever negative thought you're having about yourself or someone else, whatever trouble navigating through life, and God thinks otherwise. And then ask for a miracle. A miracle is simply a shift in perception. And we say, God, I don't understand this, but I'd like to. Show me otherwise. Show me what you want. Please. Reveal to me. And then wait. Be patient. Infinite patience produces immediate effects. We hear that line and we think, well, I don't have infinite patience. Of course we do. We have eternity. We have forever. Ask for a miracle and then wait. See what happens. All right. Where are we, guys? Anna says, good morning to Allie Bird, and good morning to Lucy. Allie says, good morning, Anna. Hey, Michael. But there's ever been any evidence of God or afterlife? I don't need evidence. Do you? And I saw that you were sad. What's going on? And how can we help? William says, I can think the mind of God. Life simply is. Nothing worth speaking on. Thank you again for asking. Can you think with the mind of God? Are you having completely loving thoughts about yourself right now? Dan says, good morning. Just wanted to stop by and say, hail Satan. Have a blessed day. Well, hail Satan to you, my friend. Hey, Bushka. Cat's laughing. Fun people today. I can write in the chat. I will listen. I can't write in the chat. I will listen. Cat says, I love you. So there's a completely loving thought. Cat says, I love you, Anna, and I'm going to join with that. Anna, I love you too. Anna says, no one can help me. Are you sure? Hey, Anna, what if God thought otherwise? Because God certainly does think otherwise. You are already an idea in the mind of God. Let's see. Michelle Hitchcock says, good stuff, Yogi. Most so-called devout Christians don't understand the difference between fact and faith. Well done. Well, thank you, Michelle. Anna says, no one can help me. Let's help each other, Anna. Let's help each other. Lucy says, I love you, Anna. But what if you were wrong? I entertain that all the time. What if I'm wrong? And then I just don't put weight upon that thought. What if I'm wrong? So, Anna, what if every thought that you're having about yourself right now is simply wrong? It's a thought. It's a belief that you have, but it might not be true. What if we didn't do anything other than entertain a little bit of doubt? What if I'm wrong about this? Nothing else. No big major practice. No specific meditation. What if we just meditated upon that doubt of, I could be wrong. I might be wrong. That's it. I might be wrong. You know, the four agreements, uh, Don Miguel Ruiz, don't make assumptions. And we always think of it as well as don't take anything personally. We sort of think of it as the outer world. Don't make assumptions about people, situations, events, which is certainly true. Don't take anything personally from what someone says about you, which again is certainly true. But don't make assumptions about yourself. This is the way it is. Nothing can be done about it. Anna says, I need to be alone and stop using the phone. Hey, Anna, as hard as things are for you right now, we love you. I don't want to, I wish there was a magic word for me to say. I wish there was a single expression that I could give you that would make everything better. There isn't. I wish there was. It's my biggest wish right now, Anna. So all I can say, all I can offer you is the fact that I love you and I love you and I love you. William says, relatable, Anna, and yes, nothing but sweet, releasing embrace of warming love. Well, that's awesome, William. Are you including yourself in that? Because if you're not including yourself, it doesn't count. And Kat can tell you why. Kat, what would Ramana Maharshi say? Bushka says, Slow Alley. Bushka, how are you, my friend? I always keep going back to, and God thinks otherwise. Every unloving thought that we think is thought with the mind of the ego. Not good, not bad. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing as an ego. No neurosurgeon can cut open the brain, locate that ego thing, that little tiny person that's narrating the story of our life. Doesn't exist. A neurosurgeon can't go in and do a egoectomy. I just made that up. Egoectomy and replace this ego for another ego. Can't be done. Doesn't exist. It's a construct. So with that said, we thinking with the mind of the ego means that we are thinking with the mind of an illusion producing illusory perceptions. However, there is reality. The reality is love. Reality is God. Reality is life itself. So when we say and God thinks otherwise, it returns us back to the source and we think with the mind of love. If we are having any unloving thought about ourselves, about the world, about others, it simply isn't true. It isn't true. And we ask, can I see this another way? Everything is done at the level of the mind, not the level of form. We don't want to go out and try to convince anyone of anything. We can't. People will think what they think. We don't want to, unless we're called to, go out and protest a war. We don't want to go out and do this or do that unless we are called to. But we know that on the level of form, it's only going to shift things around. On the level of form, everything is done truly so at the level of the mind. And we need to realize that we are mind perceiving a body. We are mind perceiving a body. We are not a body that uses the mind. We are mind that perceives a body. Therefore, we are perceiving a world. Therefore, everything is a perception. Perceptions aren't changed at the level of perception. Perceptions are changed at the level of the mind. You don't like the perception that you have? Neither do I, not all the time. So go back to the level of the mind, reality itself, the existence of God, where every thought occurs, and simply doubt those thoughts that are unloving? Is it true? Do I absolutely know for certain that it's true? Who would I be in the absence of that thought? Anna, who would you be in the absence of the thought that no one can help me? I'm not saying that you are right or that you're wrong, but who would you be if that thought didn't even exist? If you got rid of that thought, if you had let me see if I can do this, a thought actectomy. That made no sense, but you know where I'm going with it. That thought was removed, it just vanished, poof. It was a cloud passing through the very blue sky nature of who you are. And once the cloud passed, you looked around and thought, huh, it's still blue. There's a lot of possibilities, a lot of potentiality in doubt, in doubting. Just doubt this thought. I'm doing good, Bushka. Then why make this stream? It's a good thought. It's a good question, too. Why make this stream? No particular reason, because it comes up. You know? The only difference, pseudo-intellectual. I am not trying to be intellectual at all. I'm certainly babbling. You got that right. But it's not pseudo-intellectual because it's not intellectual. I show up at 5 in the morning and I talk. No particular reason, not trying to convince anyone, not trying to accomplish anything great. Simply because whoever, whatever is occurring right now that likes to call himself Yogi or likes to call himself Eric or likes to call himself all kinds of stuff, actually, simply shows up and starts talking. And then some guy, double X, says pursuit of intellectual babbling, shows up, and then we have a 2-minute conversation and everything passes. No particular plan here, my friend. We get some unicorn vibes. Pushka says, Yogi, everything is good as we make it, my friend. Thank you, Pushka. Sissy says, someone is projecting. Double X and myself are projecting. The only difference is this morning I projected oatmeal with peanut butter in it, and I bet that Double X didn't. And it's his loss. Hey, Lady Sky, how are you, my friend? Hey, Marlon. Marlon says, hey there, got cleared by the doctor, just got to take it easy, get some decent pain meds, almost passed out a couple times, but got back home. I'm glad you cleared by the doctor. How about some gentle yoga, Marlon? Marlon says, hello and love to you all. Sissy says, thank you for the contribution to Yogi's watch time, Double X. Exactly. What did Ram Dass call it? Grist for the mill. Everything's grist for the mill. Everything becomes our practice. Ali says, good morning to Lady Sky. Lady Sky says, hi, Ali Bird. Hey, Ali, just let me know a day that you might want to come up and we'll talk your story, my story. We'll trade some stuff. We'll talk about what's worked for us. We'll talk about what hasn't worked for us along our sobriety journey. So similar to what I said to Double X, sobriety was and is something that shows up, and I enjoy it. I'm much happier being sober than I was being drunk. Ali says, whatever you would want. What are you doing tomorrow? 1 o'clock or 5:25. We do a lot of singing on the weekend. I don't know if that's still going on. I know some people still want to come up and sing. Um, a lot of our regular singers aren't around as much. So we just do what we can do. We know if someone shows up and they want to sing, come on up and sing. Uh, but I sort of mentioned that um, right now I feel very much like people should come up for an extended period of time and share their story with us, where they are right now and how they got here, how they want to continue, the things that have helped, the things that haven't helped, which are just as important. Let's see. Ali says, weekend sounds great. What time and day? How about tomorrow? How about tomorrow at 1 o'clock? Marla says, but I would stay active as I can. Not sure my joint issues are quite limiting. We could find some very, very gentle yoga. If you look up yin yoga, Yayin, it's a very soft style of yoga, and it's meant for people with limited mobility and some joint issues. You hold the positions for a greater period of time, easing into them, staying there, feeling about. Ali says, I need to work out the time differences in Australia. Gotcha. So my email address is in my, let me make it easier for you. I'll leave this up here for a minute and then I'll get rid of it. Okay, so that works. 7:25 p.m., but a whole day in advance. If you need to contact me, here's my email address, Sally, and anyone else. Hey, Anna, if you want to reach out, and we don't have to discuss anything. I'm not going to add any pressure of saying, let's change your mind about anything. Anna, if you just want someone that you can talk to, someone that you can give all that and say, hey, can you just share it? Can I just share it with you without you trying to change me or change my mind? Can you just spend some time with me? And I can do that. We don't have to have any great discussion about the philosophy of feeling better. We can just share each other's presence, and I can do that. Just let me know. Thank you, Allie. So, guys, today at 1 o'clock, our friend Magiza, it's been a long-time friend. He doesn't spend much time here, though. He just pops in and gives us some updates. He came in actually as a sort of belligerent drunk a long time ago, maybe 2 years ago. And over a course of time became a little less belligerent. And then he became sober. And he would come in and just talk about all the good stuff that was happening. And then he had a bit of a setback. He actually spent some time back in jail, had a relapse. And now he is out and he is practicing the 12 steps. He's in step 7. 12 steps aren't everyone's path of sobriety. AA isn't everyone's path of sobriety. Both can be very helpful. Neither one of them were meant for me, although I do value the 12 steps, especially the fact that everything needs to be forgiven. Also, that we gain our sobriety through an epiphany, because for me, my sobriety certainly was an epiphany. I didn't have to do anything. Zero. After over a decade of hardcore, life-threatening drunkenness, my life and others, I was granted a gift where literally every cell in my body went from someone who drank every day to someone who just had no desire whatsoever for alcohol. Like that. Now, I had things set in place that allowed for that to happen. My meditation practice, my yoga practice, beginning the practice of A Course in Miracles. All that contributed to that one synchronistic moment where I'm thinking to myself, I drink. It's what I do. To all of a sudden having that realization that we're talking about today, and God thinks otherwise. And I thought, huh, so God doesn't think of me as a drunk. God doesn't think of me as a dangerous person to myself, to others. By dangerous, not meaning I went out and did things to people. It means I was careless with my drunkenness. And everything changed. Grace, an epiphany. Do you want something other? And I'll share that story too. I have several times. All right, guys, we're going to end the conversation in just a minute. I'm going to go out and take my walk. I got my workout at 8:20, and I will live stream it. I think today's going to be a lighter day with the 16 kettlebells, 16 kilogram kettlebells, 36 pounds each, 35 pounds each. Go for some reps, give my body a bit of a break. I'm sore. I'm tired. I'm old. In that particular order, by the way. All right, so anyway, yeah, McGee's is going to come up at 1. As long as everything works out, we're going to get an update and see how he is. He's never been up before. And Allie's going to come up tomorrow at, I said 1, right? I got that written down with the check mark next to it. Monday, my friend Needy, Neidy, who I've known for probably about 30 years online, different forums way back in the day when, having internet forums to have conversations with people was the big thing before YouTube, before, other forms of social media. We met on the Deepak Chopra How to Know God forum, became friends, and we've been messaging and texting and emailing each other for 30 years. But I'm going to be honest, I have no idea how to actually pronounce her name. So we're going to catch up. She's going to come up at 5:25 on Monday, and she's going to catch me up on her spiritual path. She's doing some really big things out in the world, and she's going to share that with us. You guys can get to know her. If you have any questions, hey Sab, for someone who's been a long time practitioner of all kinds of spiritual practices, deep meditation work, deep therapeutic work, uh, going through her own personal demons and issues. And here she is now. If you guys have other suggestions of people that you want to reach out to and have a conversation, next Wednesday, Lisa said she'd come up and sing. Awesome. Next Wednesday, Lucy's going to come up and she's going to share her journey and what a journey that is, and what a journey that was, and what a journey that is. So, I'm looking to have short but extended conversations with people. By short, I mean an hour, hour and a half. It's also what I mean by extended. Usually, we have people come up like 5 or 10 minutes just to say hi, to sing a song, which I absolutely love. But right now, I feel like it should open up the channel for people to offer what they have to offer, whatever that might be. I don't know. We're going to find out. William says, visiting the land of sleep now. Good night, all. Good night, William. Thanks for coming in, my friend. All right, with that, let me head out and get ready to take a walk, as well as take the trash out. Hey, our friend Danny, the singer Mandy, is live streaming right now. I think he might be fishing. Hey, on a different note, real quick. Maddie and Chloe, no F's, no frills, no mercy. They are the proud parents of a brand new baby boy as of yesterday. If you see Maddie, you probably won't see Chloe for a little bit, but if you see Maddie making the rounds, because even though He just had a baby boy. He's still supporting his friends. What a good guy. What a strong guy. So if you see him out and about, make sure to offer him a congratulations. Sab says, I got my kitten today. Awesome. Lucy says, we understand, Yogi. Thanks, Lucy. Hey, Lucy's going live in just about half an hour, a little under half an hour. So make sure you go hang out with Lucy. Lucy says, all congratulations on the landfall of a newcomer, Maddie and Chloe. Yeah, so awesome. I saw a photo. I saw a photo of the baby. Lucy says she'll be doing tarot. Yep, Lucy's going to be pulling cards, guys, showing up in support. Oh, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Gotcha. Lucy will be live in an hour and 30. Allie says, "May have a blessed day, Yogi, and all have a lovely walk. I shall email you, Yogi. Keep smiling. Thank you." Sab says, "Congrats to Matt and Chloe." Thank you, Sab, and congratulations to you on the new kitten. Kittens are awesome. Puppies are awesome. Unicorn vibes are awesome. I'm just naming awesome stuff off the top of my head. Include yourself on that list, please. All right. I'm going to go. I'm going to see everyone later today. Like I said, I'm going to be working out 8:20. Come on by. Wish me well. And then we'll do our regular 1 o'clock. Again, today is going to be with Magiza coming up. And then at 5:25, we'll do some singing. We'll do some hanging out. Sissy says, Yogi, breath work is awesome. It is awesome. Do you want to do a quick 3 rounds of something? We can do a quick 3 rounds of whatever breath you would like. That's what I love about breath work. You can microdose, meaning 3 rounds here, 3 rounds there throughout the day. And then you can do extended sessions. Easy says, slow friend. Hey, Sissy's session is uploading, so she's going to have her daily update. Sissy says, something more chill. I'm not working out today. Gotcha. Let's do 3 rounds of box breathing. Breathing in for 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, holding for 4. Breathing in through the nose, holding, exhaling through the nose, holding, and all the way through. Just 3 rounds. Very relaxing. We're going to do it with the Ujjayi breath. Do you remember the Ujjayi breath? It's making that ha sound as if you pretend this is a bathroom mirror, as if you are fogging up a bathroom mirror with your breath. Now do that with your mouth shut. Now reverse it and breathe in. That's the sound we want to make. It's very gentle. It's very soothing. Sounds like the ocean, as if you have an imaginary seashell and you put it up to your ear. It doesn't look as ridiculous when you have a real seashell. It only looks ridiculous when you're going like this. It's that sound. Easy says, yes, friend Eric. Today's video. We will look for it. Easy. Always feel free to drop a link. Although I'm going to bring up your channel so that I'll have it and I can visit. Here we go, guys. I'm going to lead you all the way through. Take a breath in through the nose and let your body just sink into wherever it is you are sitting right now. So relaxed that gravity just pulls you down. Gravity literally gives up on you a little bit. Supports you, but does not pull you down. Supported. We're going to do some nice easy breaths for 3 rounds. I'm going to count to 3 and we'll begin. I'll guide you all the way through. Remember, it's all through the nose. And remember, we're going to incorporate that ocean's breath, that ha sound. 1, 2, 3. And breathing in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. In through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. And exhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. Let's do one more round. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. And exhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4. And hold for 2, 3, 4. And let go of the breath. Relaxed, easy. And when you're ready, open your eyes. If it says at the hospital, how do you tell which one is a head nurse? Ask. And we get some love from Easy. Thank you, Easy. Jason Patrick says, die. Okay. Marla says, it's an older shelter dog. Needs a calmer place in the shelter. Just going to make sure I can actually give him a good final home. I like that thought. You're welcome, Sissy. I like that thought. I'm trying to figure out what that says. Look at this chick. Juliet with the massive traps. I appreciate the massive trap comment. One of my favorite body parts to train. As a young kid, man, I used to look at the bodybuilders with the massive traps and I thought, that's the look. It's a difference between, aesthetic and power. That power, you got those traps. Anyway, I appreciate the compliment cloaked in what was supposed to be not be a compliment. All right, guys. It's been a funny live stream. You're welcome, guys. Come on by and hang out. Again, 8:20, I'll be working out. Look for Sissy. She's going to be coming up live, or not live, but her premiere in just a bit. And Lucy's going to be live in just over an hour. Danny the Singer Mandy is live. Go over and say hi to him and say hi. Make sure you check out Easy Home Cooking's new video. What else do we have going on? I don't know. Find out. Dive into the big world of the internets, the YouTubes, and see what's going on. I love you guys.